The moment Emily opened her eyes, nothing looked familiar. Chandeliers dangled from high ceilings, soft jazz played in the background, and the sheets wrapped around her felt like clouds. She sat up slowly, heart pounding. Where was she? Whose house was this? Her last memory was of falling asleep in a small, dusty motel outside Chicago. She had been running again, from her past, her trauma, her loneliness. But now, she was in a place that radiated wealth and calm, with every detail perfectly in place. A gilded mirror across the room reflected her face, pale with shock. On the wall beside it, a painting stopped her cold. It was a portrait of her, but dressed like a woman from the 1920s, standing beside a man she had never seen before. Her head throbbed. Confused and trembling, she stepped out into the hallway, her bare feet pressing into thick carpet. The scent of lavender and old wood wrapped around her like a ghost. Something inside her whispered, "This isn't just a house. This is a memory." She wandered through the mansion in a daze. The house was full of photographs, black and white, sepia-toned, and in almost all of them, she was there. The same face, the same eyes, but different lives. Then came the sound of footsteps. A man, perhaps in his 30s, stood at the end of the hallway. He looked just as stunned to see her. You're Emily, right?" he asked, his voice cracked. "I've been dreaming of you since I was a kid." Emily froze. "Do I know you?" He introduced himself as Noah, the heir to the mansion and a historian obsessed with uncovering the secrets of his home, which his great-grandfather built for a woman he loved, a woman who disappeared without a trace in 1925. Every night for years, Noah had seen visions of her, of Emily, and now here she was. They sat across from each other in the grand library. She told him everything she remembered, her modern life, her childhood in foster care, the feeling of never belonging, always being pulled towards something she couldn't name. As Noah showed her old journals, letters, and artifacts, a strange thing happened. Emily remembered, not from being told, but as if her soul was waking up. She had lived here once. She had loved here once. And she had died here in fire and betrayal. But this wasn't a horror story. This was a second chance. Over the days that followed, Noah helped her piece together her old life and make peace with her current one. She wasn't crazy. She wasn't lost. She was chosen somehow to return, to finish what she started. But life didn't just magically fix itself. Emily still battled anxiety. Nightmares gripped her some nights, showing flames and screams. She feared losing herself to the past. And she struggled to believe she deserved this mansion, this wealth, this new love forming between her and Noah. Noah had his doubts too. His family thought he was delusional. They threatened to sell the house, to cut him off. But he stood by Emily. "If she's crazy," he told them, "then so am I, because I remember her too." Together, they fought to keep the house. They turned it into a museum not just of history, but of healing. Emily gave talks about trauma, memory, and how some souls never really leave. The world was skeptical, of course, but thousands came, and many cried. Years later, standing on the balcony of what had once been her prison, Emily smiled. The girl who once ran from everything had finally found home, not just in walls and rooms, but in herself. Because sometimes the past doesn't haunt you. It waits for you.